Hello everybody. Charlie and I came out to check on the bees. And yeah, here's me. I'm here. Did you get a long enough shot at me? Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. It warmed up this afternoon and the snow is gone and the bees are very active. They're out there looking for something, I'll bet you. Let's see if they're bringing anything in. This particular hive has really got a lot of activity. They're all flying in there. Oh, they're doing orientation flights, aren't they? Well, I'll be. There must be some of them hatched out. Let's widen out that shot so you can see the orientation flights going on. Look at that. Maybe if I move this over this side here, you can see a little better. I don't know whether you can or not, but yeah, they're very active this afternoon. Foragers wanting to get out there and find something. They haven't found much yet. I'm pretty sure. I don't see any pollen coming in. I think they're just trying to find out where the house was. I'll make sure they know where they're at. Well, not only this beehive, but these others are busy too. Now they're not quite as busy. Probably not hatching out a bunch, but they are busy. So this hive over here, they kind of like to use that upper entrance. So it's a little crack in there and they go in and out there for some reason. Although, if you look closely, you can see they're using this entrance too, the main entrance to the hive. So that's a smaller hive, probably a smaller quantity of bees in there, but they definitely seem to be doing all right. So that's 3 of my hives. If you look at the top, looks like they're doing a little orientation too, maybe. A few of them coming out there. But I didn't expect that this afternoon. I expected they might be out doing whatever they need to do, but not orientation flights. Look at that. They're just flying around. Well, looks like spring is just around the corner, folks. That means that won't be long, we'll be doing inspections. I could probably do one today, but the day's getting late and probably don't really need to. I don't want to break any cracks open and get more ventilation than they need. If you go into them and it freezes and that air going through there, that's not a good thing. At least that's what I've been told. But look at this one here. It's doing pretty good. They're all just out there checking it out. I suspect there's some new brood or new foragers getting out and doing orientation flights. Brand new ones. No, I didn't expect this. I expected to see a few bees out, tossing out some dead bees or defecating outside the hive or doing something like that, but I didn't expect to see orientation flights today. They're definitely doing orientation flights right there. Huh. I'm glad to see that. Now see, there's a few of them that are flying in from somewhere else where they've gone out a little further. But most of these, I'm standing right here almost in front of that hive. Most of them are just right there, checking out how close where the hive is. Finding their surroundings. That's what bees do when they're new foragers. I'm just wondering, is there anything at all blooming? I don't see any pollen coming in. There could be things like camellias blooming. I have seen some on warmer days earlier this month, actually last month, January, but not today. I'm not seeing any pollen coming in at all. But they're getting ready for spring. And I'm getting ready for spring. I can't hardly wait. I want to see how I do with bees this year. See if maybe I can get 8 hives instead of 4 by doing splits. Keep them from swarming. That's what I got to do. Don't want anybody swarming. I get those queen cells when they arrive. When they lay in queens, need to make some splits. I'm thinking about March 15th here in the Carolinas, in the Blue Ridge Mountains of western North Carolina, that about the 15th of March will be to make splits. That'll be a time to start increasing my hives again. If you notice, you haven't heard the click of the fence because the bears aren't out, not now. Around the 15th of February, things start to change around here. Even though we could very well have some snow later than February 15, a lot of times February 15 comes around and the bees start to get active and the weather stays nicer and you don't get the freezing temperatures you usually do. Now, if you look at the weather forecast, generally, see if I can zoom in here again. Generally, they'll say you can have freezing temperatures and all that kind of stuff, but it's been my experience that most of the time that doesn't happen. So I'm looking forward to February 15 because then everything begins. Then I can feel fairly safe about going in to open the hive without causing any ventilation problems. I'm just really enjoying watching these bees, aren't you? Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit more so you can see them better. There's a sun starting to cover up that hive with a tree over there. So it's starting to block off light. Now I'm more in the line of fire here because, yeah, the bees are flying around me a little bit on this side. So they're going a little bit to the southwest. I'm gonna cut that tree down because this comes with leaves on it. Let's see, a bunch of trees. I'm gonna cut down because in the spring when they get leaves on them, then they start to shade the hives. And that's why I got some hive beetles last year, I think. So yeah, we're gonna cut some trees around here.